This is a joke now. This is, at this point now. I'm just tired of being a dead horse. You know. This is like a running joke for me now. Hopefully it'll be the last because I'm so sick and tired of this freaking company. I keep being a dead horse of it. You know, I keep on hammering it down. Like I said before, previously when I did with X Men, Hereditary, even A24 is literally the most overrated company to make. Especially they do always such overrated, shitty jobs of making horror movies. Well, do you really count this? Oh, does this really count as a horror movie? Well, it says it's a folk horror film, like with Men was. So yeah, if it has a folk horror film like Men was, I'll put this on here because it is okay. This is a freaking joke now, but this is literally just freaking stupid, dumb, and silly. Not to mention, the film was boring as well. What movie am I talking about? Yeah, it's another movie that's produced by A24 once again. You know, I think it's better for me to. You know, I think it's better that I'm reviewing these A24 because on the positive side, I can get these out of the way and never talk about these movies again. Try to review as much as I could possible, and that way I'd never talk about these movies again. But at the same time, though, this is just a joke. Okay. The film is called Lamb. Lamb. Not the Silence of the Lambs. Lamb. From last year. From last year, yes. You know what's funny? I just wish that with Silence of the Lambs, you know, I wish that Hannibal Lecter would just walk in, you know, and just eat these people, including the lamb hybrid, because you know he likes his serving lamb chops medium extra rare, right? You know, maybe the point. Maybe in Silence of the Lambs, when he was in the prison before he escapes, he ordered lamb chops, right? Maybe he got the lamb chops special ordered, especially from all the way from Iceland, from that lamb hybrid that died, and then just served that up. That was the lamb chops, but ultimately it got wasted anyway because he escaped from prison. Never got to eat his lamb chop dinner. There you go. Silence of the Lambs. This one doesn't even touch on Silence of the Lambs. Not even a fraction or less than a fraction. Please. But yes, but Lamb. Like I said, I keep on harping on A24 because they make such trash movies. When they're not horror films, like I said, they're fine. The Disaster Artist, Uncut Gems, and also from earlier this year, they came out this summer. Anywhere, everywhere, ever, all. Like I'm once again mixed up the title again, but it's Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once. It stars Michelle Yeoh. You know, taking all these multiple versions of herself. Like I said before, much better version than we got from the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That movie is a better Multiverse of Madness than the one from the Marvel movie. That one with Michelle Yeoh, I liked that movie. Just horror, they just do trashy, overrated. You know, every horror film that comes out gets the praise. You know, by the time when the next one comes out, it'll get the praise. This one got praise as an 86% Rotten Tomatoes. Once again, another overrated horror film from A24. You know, The Killing of the Sacred Deer, The Lighthouse, It Comes at Night, The Witch. Like I said, Midsommar, and Hereditary. Hereditary and Midsommar are the most overrated ones. Like I said, Men, X. I'm just so sick and tired of these horror movies produced by this company, because anytime a horror film that comes out from this made by this company gets the pass. Why? I don't understand why. Earlier, last year I did Midsommar. Earlier, I did Hereditary. Midsommar and Hereditary are the most overrated ones. They're the most overrated horror garbage from A24. Midsommar, where an old couple just jumped off a cliff, and with a guy gets his head smashed by a freaking giant hammer, and these two guys just sitting there nothing, just talking about the freaking thesis. Instead of getting out of there, no, they're talking about the freaking thesis. Oh, that's mine. You go find your own thesis. Yeah, after you saw those two old just jumped off a cliff and just died. Yeah. And the freaking sister convoluted way to commit suicide, silly as hell, ripping off the Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage. Doing with the guy in a bear suit. Hereditary, the teenage kid with this stupid crown, and then the girl who died was silly as hell. Oh, again, I talked about Hereditary. I don't want to talk about that. And here, this is an even more stupider. Well, first of all, the film is boring as well. Okay, not much happens in the movie. Okay, let's get it over with. So, Lamb, it takes place in Iceland. It's in Iceland. You have this couple that lives pretty much in the middle of nowhere, raising sheep. The woman is played by Noomi Rapace from, she was in Prometheus, which overrated in that, horrible too for me. And she was also the original girl with the dragon tattoo. Not the 2011 American remake with Daniel Craig. No, before the original with her. She's the original girl with the dragon tattoo. And she was horrible in Prometheus. She prequel to Alien, not needed. Oh, I choose to believe. But in Alien Covenant, she dies anyway. So those questions you don't even get answered. So, yeah, her and her husband, they raise a sheep on this farm in the middle of nowhere. They hear a growl noise. Some animals are getting scared. The sheep are getting scared. This one sheep comes in, gives birth to... If people have seen this film, you already know what it is. Gives birth to a hybrid. A half-human, half-lamb hybrid. Human body. One of the arms is a lamb arm. One of the arms, and then a lamb head. You know why? It's funny when I showed this trailer to my brother. He was like WTF. Yeah, I showed him the trailer. Even he was like WTF. Same here when I first saw the trailer too. And so when I watch the movie, I'm still WTF. So he gives birth to this lamb hybrid. The way they express how when they first see this baby, you say, it's like they're surprised, but it's also like nonchalant, or if I should put it. And the whole thing is that Noomi Rapace, she wants to keep the baby and they name it Ada, because she had a child, a girl also named Ada, that died. And they visit the grave of her first kid that was named Ada. So that's why she decided to keep this and name it Ada 2 to cope, now that she has another child to raise. So she's happy with that. And the father, he first he's skeptical about it because, well, of course he's skeptical because it's a freaking child with a lamb head on it. But I think so. He keeps it to himself. He just goes along with it because he's doing this to make his wife happy. So that way she's not being all grief stricken or depressed and all that. Okay. He does this to make his wife happy about it. But the thing is, though, it's still freaking silly. Is that it's is that it's a child with a freaking lamb head on it. Now, granted, I would say the effects, trying to like splice together with a lamb head on a human child body, right? Even with the arm too, right? The effects, okay, they're not that bad, okay? I'll give it that. It's not that bad looking. I've seen a lot worse. Especially from the freaking stuff I've reviewed recently with dealing with some very bad CGI, So yeah, the effects in this with the lamb child, it's not that bad, splicing with the head and the arm. It's not that bad, though. But the thing is, it still looks freaking silly. It's silly. That's the thing. That's the blatant thing I say about this movie is because it's silly. If you don't believe me, go watch the movie yourself. You'll still find it. You'll still say the same thing. It's silly. Just why I thought this company can't get any stupider than this. A24, like I said, just when they just can't get any more stupider, because that's another thing. I did The Happening, right? I'm not getting into about The Happening again. But M. Night, though, like I said, how he directs his actors don't act like human beings in the movie. The same thing in here. In any of these A24 horror movies, they don't act like human beings either. I probably mentioned this before when I did Midsommar, I think. They don't act like humans either. I probably mentioned that last year when I did Midsommar. I forget though, but it's the same here. Oh, they don't act like in any horror A24 movie horror film. They don't act like human beings either. The same thing with all of M. Night's movies. Because the thing is though, because not only that though, because Noomi Rapace, she's a bitch now. Because the lamb that gave the sheep that gave birth, right? We could say Ada's real mother. She keeps on bang, I don't know that's even a word, but right? Because that's her kid, right? Noomi Rapace is a bitch saying, go away, shoo, go away. And then up to the point where she can't take it anymore, she just goes up and shoots it. And buries it. Shoots the sheep and buries it. So wow, not only just that, not only that though, you're perfectly fine taking care of a hybrid, it's even with sheep head, right? A lamb head, right? But you're just a bitch and just basically kill that real kid's mother. Even though it is a sheep, but still. Just outright shoots it. Wow. What freaking bitch, let alone inhumane that was. So why should I like that woman? So why should I like Noomi Rapace? The husband, granted though, like I said, he overall the guy who plays the husband's film, the character, he didn't do anything wrong, He just went along with it, to make his wife happy. So he's a guy who's basically not doing anything wrong in his mind, He didn't. He's just going along with it, just make his wife happy. But he's also a boring guy too. The character himself, he's boring as well. And then afterwards, the guy's brother comes over, keeps on hitting on Noomi Rapace, and then he talks about his freaking drum set, playing the drums. And then he keeps on hitting on Noomi Rapace. And when he also sees the kid as well, he's like, what? Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the natural response you would give. But eventually through the rest of the movie, he's fine with it. Even though he hits on the wife one more time and locks him in a closet, and he does apologize. Almost kind of apologize. He says he's sorry though, but and then she takes him to the bus stop. He gets picked up and he says goodbye, and then he leaves. And then the the husband is with the kid, Ada. They're driving on a tractor. It breaks down. They're gonna go to fix it, and then out of nowhere, the husband gets shot in the neck, bleeding out by Ada's real father. Another hybrid, only this time it's a full-grown adult one with a head of a ram. And I think it's also with a ram arm too as well. With a ram's head, shoots him. So this ram hybrid walking around carrying a rifle in the middle of nowhere shoots the guy. Now, first of all, okay, I'll get to that in a second. But Ada is crying a little bit, a little teary because the other dad is dying, and then her real father just goes and takes her away, walking away. Noomi Rapace comes in, finds him dead, and before he says what happened, and then he dies. She cries. Then the movie's over. Okay, first of all, just like I mentioned, Noomi Rapace, she's a bitch for shooting that sheep. Ada's mom, because she can have the kid to herself, right? The ram is the same. The ram hybrid is the same way. Ada's real father, he's the same way. Shoots an innocent guy, which, yeah, like I said before, the husband, he never did anything wrong in this movie. He did it just to make his wife happy, right? He just went along with it so she can feel happy. The guy who wrote in the movie didn't do anything wrong. So basically, this ram is a murderer because he shot an innocent guy because he didn't do anything wrong, but because he had the kid, though, probably. He had the kid. That's basically his real kid. So shoot the guy, doesn't care, just takes his kid away from her. And so basically, the ram is basically the same way as Noomi Rapace. So that guy's a bitch, and she's a bitch. The ram's an asshole. I mean, so first of all, also, whatever is this ram head walking in the middle of nowhere? I think it was freaking naked. I think it was. I saw also just carrying a gun around. If anyone saw this, it's open country. So if anyone was passing by on a road, seeing it's like, oh gee, a tall hybrid, it looks like a human with a ram head carrying a gun around. But it's like in the middle of nowhere, so probably no one would see it anyway. This film has an 86% Rotten Tomatoes, and this is film, once again, A24. You just keep approving such overrated trash movies. This movie is a freaking joke. Well, it is a run joke with A24, but this one was a joke. It was silly and stupid with the. I think it's. Like I said, if it's a horror film from A24, it'll get the pass anyway. So I think it's okay to have a lamb hybrid. Like I said, I just wish, after when the ram took the kid, like I said, I just wish all of a sudden just out of nowhere, if that ram just came out of nowhere, Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter will just come out of nowhere and just kill them both, and eat them. That'll be the real Silence of the Lambs. Because it is a lamb, even though it's a ram, but the little lamb, that's the real Silence of the Lambs. We don't have to wake up in the dark anymore to hear that awful screaming of the lambs. Thank you, Clarice. No, instead of it goes Noomi Rapace. Thank you. Whatever her name is, Mara, whatever. Thank you. That's the real horror of. That would make the better horror film than what I just saw. Anthony Hopkins comes in out of nowhere, just totally silences the lambs and the ram, eats them, and then just walks up to Noomi Rapace and says, "Thank you." Says her name. Thank you, Mara or Moria. Thank you. Then now you don't have to wake up in the dark anymore to hear that awful screaming of the lambs. Especially the one the sheep that you shot. Yeah, you don't have to hear it screaming anymore. That's a better. There you go. There's your better movie. There's your better movie. I mean, like I said, this movie is overrated. Another overrated piece of trash from A24. Like I said, it's a running joke with these movies now. But hey, better to get these movies out of the way from this company that went out to talk about these movies again. Noomi Rapace, once again, she's a bitch, you know. Okay. But even though, the husband, like I said, he didn't do anything wrong, honestly though. But still, the couple themselves were just boring. But Noomi Rapace is a bitch. Because the mother keeps on wanting the child, but she goes and outright shoots it so she can have the kid to herself. Go away, go away. And also, there's not much dialogue in this movie either. Because, you know, well, first of all, they're talking a different language, so. But they don't have much. A lot of them, they're just staring out a window, they're just eating, you know, doing their farm stuff until they're taken care of, and then Noomi Rapace taking the child, raising the child. Not much happens. And the film was boring, too. And. Like I said, the effects are not bad at all. It's not the top of the effects, but it's just the whole concept of it was just silly. It is silly. I mean, go to YouTube or go to like Google Images. You'll find the picture. You'll tell me that it looks silly. All right, go online and you find a picture and you tell me that if it looks silly. All right. Like the whole picture with the lamb and the child body, like the full picture of it, the full body. You say, find the picture and I'll let you be the judge of it. Like I said, people that the newer pace and the couples, they don't act like human beings in this movie. Well, newer pace doesn't. The husband didn't do anything wrong, but newer pace. It's like all the rest of his A24 movies. They don't act like human beings in horror movies. What's worse, this or M. Night's movies? A24 horror movies or M. Night's movies? Jeez. As far as I can say, they're all in the same boat. On their own levels, but they're all in the same boat. Well, after watching stuff like shit like The Happening, and plus the ideas are much dumber. I don't know, as far as things are they're all in the same boat on their own different levels, but they're all in the same boat. M. Night's movies and A24 horror movies. I said A24 horror movies, not the other ones. Like I said, I like The Disaster Artist with James and Dave Franco. I enjoy Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once with Michelle Yeoh I liked. It's not horror films are just, they get all the pass and praise, you know. I just don't understand it. But hey, by the next one that comes out, I guarantee it'll get the pass on all the Rotten Tomatoes ratings, and like the commercials say, 4 stars, or this is the best movie of the year, or whatever. I guarantee you by the next A24 produced horror movie is going to get to do the same thing. I'm so sick. Like I said, I keep on being a dead horse. I'm sorry, but it's just like this company A24 is one of the most overrated movie companies when it comes to making horror films. They're the most overrated company in general, I would say. This year, X Men. This came out last year, you know, and like I said, Hereditary and Midsommar, they're the most overrated ones. Killing the Sacred Deer, The Lighthouse, It Comes at Night, The Witch. If I'm missing this, oh yeah, Tusk. One of the Kevin Smith film with Justin Long, where he gets turned into a freaking walrus. I'm so sick and tired of this company, you know. I'm so sick of it. They just keep making such overrated trash. If people disagree with me, that's fine. I have nothing to say. I don't hold anybody against if you disagrees with me. This is from my own perspective, my own viewpoint. I'm sure people will agree with me, and I'm sure there are people that will disagree with me. We all live to agree to disagree on different varieties of opinions on other people's viewpoints. You know, that's why we have comments. You know, and in my vantage point opinion, A24 is overrated as hell, and all the horror films are a bunch of overrated trash. So, like I said, fuck Midsommar, fuck Hereditary, all of the ones I mentioned, and this one too, which is the most silliest, is the most silliest one I've watched from them. Silliest. But it's overrated as well. Fuck Lamb. You know, the real Silence of the Lambs. Listen, Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, just come in, eat everybody in this movie. His own lamb chops extra rare. Much better movie. But yeah, fuck A24. Why now I'm getting the rage because like I said, fuck A24 and fuck all their horror movies. I'll stick with Uncut Gems, Everywhere, Anywhere, All at Once, The Disaster Artist. I forgot to mention The Green Knight as well. I forgot about that from last year as well. It's fantasy, but I did not like that movie either. But also, when I don't do fantasy, stick with action and comedy drama like Disaster Artist and Uncut Gems, and Everywhere, Anywhere, All at Once with Michelle Yeoh. Those I would rather watch. Yeah, I didn't like The Green Knight either. Still. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next review for Halloween month. And once again, fuck A24, fuck Lamb, and all the other ones I mentioned. Overrated trash. Later.